Hey everyone, we're Kristin and Hal, and last week we changed one little thing in our video, and you all noticed.
We heard from our biggest little fan, Ava, and she sent us this message.
We bought everything. The house, the car, its contents, in the overgrown yard. Before renovations can begin, it's up to us to sort it all out.
We have a 3-part video for you today.
Be sure to stick around to the end to see Hal fulfill not one, but 2 childhood dreams.
What are we doing today?
We're setting up a backdrop for photography in the yard. We have this really pretty fern and tree area that the light really spills through the leaves, really pretty in the morning.
All right, we have a bunch of mulch here from when we took down that huge pine and some of our other tree branches. We had them leave the mulch, so we're gonna try and level out the ground here and put the mulch in and have ourselves a little photo shoot area. Trying to find I had the rake yesterday, I used it, and my dad said he didn't use it. I don't know what I did with it. Yeah. Ugh.
Oh my gosh!
Number 2, broken. The Mirage. The Mirage strikes back.
Time to get that Ace sponsorship so we can get some new tools. I've never used gloves so much that I actually destroyed them.
Was able to get 2 of that. I think I'll get another one out there, and then I'll fill all this low spot in right here. And then we can kind of just level it out. Working on the portion of the yard. We haven't named it. Last night we were talking about possibly naming some of the spots. So we're back at it again. We were working till dark last night. In the garage was already these sacks of mulch, cypress mulch, so that'll be nice to lay down. We're gonna do a nice little, we've prepped the clearing and everything, and now we're going to lay the mulch down and trim just a few little branches, and everything will look a lot better for photography.
That'd be really pretty.
Before we get started in the next segment of the video, we wanted to remind you that we have our Patreon account that you can join for free.
Yeah, you can find additional Cicada & Co. content over there as a free member. And if you'd like to be a part of our videos, head over to Patreon to find out how you can send us a voice memo like Ava did.
And now on to part 2 of our video.
Before we bought this house, we had a lot more time on our hands and we were both involved in a lot of other creative work. This weekend we had a chance to take a tiny break from housework and we thought we'd bring you with us. You excited?
Nervous, a little bit.
We're taking a little break from housework because Hal has a book signing.
So we almost sold out. The bookstore went ahead and bought the rest of them off me to keep on the shelf because they kept selling. Are we in the Casa or are we at Lowe's?
We're on a fun field trip doing something Hal has been waiting for how long?
Pretty much my whole life since I was 5 to get a tangerine tree.
It's like a good one.
Yeah, 5 living in Chula Vista, California. We lived next to a tangerine orchard, and the guy would come over and said, "Hey, you want some tangerines?" And he'd throw them in the yard. And then I would collect them in my shirt, and I'd bring them in the house, and we had them in the bowl.
That's
and
so
then sit there
cute.
and eat them.
So you're going to be throwing tangerines to neighborhood children?
Yeah,
Is that
but
what
I'm
you're
gonna
saying?
throw them like this. Hey, you on the bike? So today we're going to finally plant our tangerine tree. We've been calling it Irene Tangerine. It's been sitting out here for a few days, but we've had plenty of rain, and today is going to be the first kind of clear day. Ground's still a little bit wet, but we have this spot here picked out. So we've been watching the sun pass over the house a few days. Kind of taking note on where to plant the tree, you know, how much sunlight it needs. Comes with a handy little tag. So that so you know what you're doing, where to put it, how much sunlight it needs. And then I also bought some fertilizer for it, citrus tree fertilizer. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig the hole. I'm also gonna be transplanting some bamboo today. Gonna try and put some up along the fence. Here's the directions I was talking about. Obviously 811, call before you dig, which I do agree with. This yard is littered with sprinkler lines and electrical lines everywhere. There's lights posted all the way around the yard. I made sure the power is off in the basement because, as you've seen, I am prone to being electrocuted. But anyway, this is the first direction. Dig a hole 2 times the width of the pot. Plant 1 inch above level ground. All right, let me get some bug spray, and then I'm gonna get digging. A little out of breath. So I went ahead and dug the hole. It's right up to the lip, which the next directions were to leave a little bit of it up. I'm gonna take it out of the pot, and then when I'm done, I'm gonna plant it down there. And step 4, build the water basin. So you can see here, you have to build up a mound a little bit around it, and then it says to add mulch, which we have that giant mulch pile over there. dump that cart and then fill it up with mulch from our own trees. So I didn't have to buy any mulch. So that's great. And we do have a water source right over there. The shower that we've been rinsing off in, the outdoor shower, it's really just a garden hose with a garden attachment. But then I'll be able to water it very easily. And I think there's enough room under the canopy to maybe plant another tree. We do want to get a lime tree and a lemon tree. I'm just excited. 40 years, nearly 40 years, I've been waiting to get this tangerine tree in my own house, my own property. So I'm really excited. And there you have it, folks. One tangerine tree in the ground. Hi, folks. So I was just trying to transplant a little bit of bamboo. I know it's kind of a worthless cause probably, but I had to dig it up anyway to get that tangerine tree in the ground. So I thought, well, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. So I'm over here by the fence. I started digging a hole, and so far, like, everything's just been sand that I hit, or like I said, an irrigation pipe or electrical pipe. Then I hit something hard. I hit a rock. I thought that was kind of strange. Probably 8 inches, 10 inches down. Then I hit another rock. So I started digging with my hands, just digging down here in the dirt, and then right at this level, so it's some kind of rock, but then I pulled these out, which I think they're shells, which is really cool. Like I said, I'm right there at the property line, so I'm trying to feel around for anything else. It's another little rock. Probably should be wearing gloves in case there's bottles or something down there. More rocks. Anyway, just thought that was really cool, so I thought I'd show you. No idea when that could be from. That could be put there 100 years ago. Could have been put there 1,000 years ago. Or it could be, I guess, maybe tens of thousands of years ago. Or more. So I washed them up a little bit. Unfortunately, the contractor cut the water off. They're doing the plumbing and they're gutting the bathroom and stuff like that. So the water's shut off, so I couldn't use the hose. But I found a little bit of rainwater in a pan and used it to rinse them off as best I could. This is what I came up with. So, as you can see, it's a shell, piece of a shell, I think. This was a tiny little one. More shell-looking material. This was interesting. It's rough. It feels more like coquina, but I thought the shape was interesting. And then I found this rock that was broken. I don't know if you can see that, what the inside is. I really can't tell. I mean, I keep thinking it's coquina, which it does look like. So who knows? I mean, could have been buried 10 years ago. Could have been buried 100 years ago. I just don't know. We keep uncovering all kinds of things. I found that marble, it's got to be at least 100 years old, if not older. Found 2 of them so far in the yard. And again, this place was built in 1923, so we're in 2023, so that's at least 100 years. But, you know, people have lived here. Somebody in the 50s could have got some rocks and shells and planted something there. So like I said, it was only 8-10 inches down, but there was a whole layer of them. I kept digging around and was finding more rocks, didn't find any more shells, so I kind of stopped. I planted some bamboo and left it, maybe for another dig. I don't know. If anybody's interested in me digging it up, I'll go back to it. It's just one bamboo. We got hundreds, if not thousands, in the yard. Thanks for watching.
Next time on Cicada and Co.
Something's rotten in Denmark. We're not in Denmark, are we? Are we?
I wish we were in Denmark.
Be a lot cooler out.